So I am here today to discuss with you science for class 10. So today's our chapter is chapter 13, magnetic effects of electric current. We have discussed some topics before in previous videos. So today I am here to go with the topic that is magnetic field due to current in solenoid. So this topic contain a word that is a solenoid. So before I begin and go in a detail with this one, I just want to ask you, or maybe I just want to discuss with you, the word solenoid means what? So what is the meaning of the solenoid, everyone? This one is been discovered by Oersted, a very well known scientist before. By mistake and accidentally he just came across with one phenomena that a wire was kept nearby him and the wire was conducting some current in it, and the magnetic compass was kept with it. So magnetic compass has been shown some kind of deflection. So deflection, that is just it's a result that here the magnetic field has been generated. But that is the only phenomenon, that is the only logic which also used here for the solenoid. But what is solenoid? Solenoid, that is nothing, but here we are just making another name of solenoid, that is coil. If we just make a copper wire and we are just making the turnings of it, means more turnings of the copper wire, we just make it into a closely connection of the turnings and wrappings of the copper wire. Make sure that the copper wire has been insulated. So insulated copper wire, many turns of this insulated copper wire we have just wrapped around a kind of a cylinder with close to each other. So that is forming a kind of a coil. So the coil is nothing but your solenoid. So here I have just shown, you can see it clearly. This is what a copper wire I have taken, and I am just turning the copper wire, which is insulated copper wire. I have just rotating it and taking many turns of the copper wire and just made it to work close to each other over the cylinder. Okay, so now what will happen? The rest of the part of this copper wire I have just connected with the battery. So battery and the plug key, we have to make it to connect in a series connection. So whenever you put the key on, so here onwards the electric current will start generating. So electric current will move through n numbers of wrappings of insulated copper wire, and afterwards the current will emerges out from the another point, and then afterwards it is just going to continue its own journey onto the same electric circuit. Like how only we can show the path of flow of electric current into the circuit. We all are knowing that this chapter is all the time that shows us whenever we just show a flow of electric current, a magnetic field just at the same time has been linked up with. So magnetic field will be generated. So here also the same thing will happen, because here my coil is placed. The coil is so powerful. The coil is containing a giant amount of electric current, as a result of which a more powerful magnetic field will be generated, that is shown into the diagram. Now see, we have to see where is the direction of all the magnetic field line of force. Whatever the pattern you have just you are watching with the dotted line, that is the magnetic field line of force. Okay, so where these lines will be emerges out, and where it will be moving inside the solenoid, that we have to focus now. So whenever you just make the battery to function and the current will start flowing nicely through the circuit, so magnetic field will be generated, and the magnetic field line will be emerges out from this direction, and it will enter once again through from the another point of the coil. So once again continuously this kind of magnetic field will be generated. Here also you can see from the north part of the coil, the magnetic field lines are able to generate it. It will show the journey of it, and from the another part of the coil it will just move inside the coil. Now the point to be noted, everyone, is you have to analyze the lines of magnetic field which is just going to flow throughout the coil. So you can see that the area inside the coil, that is less, and this is the part, everyone, that magnetic field line of force are moving, but they are very close to each other. They move very close to each other. Yeah, they never intersects. They have a specific gapping with each other, but the thing is they are just moving through very less area. So here the power of magnetic field will be very high. The maximum number of power of magnetic field will be analyzed and observed over here. But onwards, as soon as the magnetic field lines are just able to move out through and it is able to have a journey around the magnet, so they have a specific area, wide area, so they are showing somewhat more gappings between each other, and thus we can see, suppose you just put certain magnetic material inside the field of magnet over here, they show some kind of attraction and repulsion, but we can notify that the direction, we can notify that the power of magnetic field over these places will be little bit lesser. But if you notify, if you observe or analyze the power of magnetic field in between the coils, so they are very stronger. So if you take any point in between this area, this part, so you can analyze, you can observe, you can notify that the number of magnetic field, the power of magnetic field that is generated, that is extremely maximum. Okay. One more thing is here, everyone. Now the cylinder which I have just used over here, that can be a magnetic material, that can be a kind of a soft iron specimen we can take. So by doing this activity, I can turn the soft iron and the cylinder or the magnetic material as a temporary magnet, because you all are knowing that a current carrying conductor that generates magnetic field. So if you keep on doing the same activity till long time, so whatever the material you have just placed in between this part, so that will start behaving as a magnet for temporary case. Okay, so it will also show some kind of magnetic field, generation of magnetic field, as well as that will also behave as a magnet. Before, maybe you have used a soft iron or any another kind of magnetic material which was not actually a magnet, but by doing this activity, because you have used that part as a solenoid. Okay, so now you can turn that part, now you can turn that material as a temporary magnet. So that is what the solenoid is. So let me discuss with you once again in a brief. Solenoid, that is nothing but it's a kind of a coil. Many number of wrappings and turns of insulated copper wire, whenever we make it to fall closely each other over a cylinder or over any kind of magnetic material, you can take a specimen of soft iron. So it will start behaving as it will generate magnetic field around it, and this magnet or a specimen or a cylinder or a soft iron that will start behaving as a magnet for temporary case. So that is what we can see. This topic, magnetic field due to the current in a solenoid, we can discuss. Okay, so my next topic is force on current carrying conductor. So here something different we have used, everyone. Aluminium rod has been taken. The rod is A and B. They are the two end points of the rod. Aluminium rod has been taken. Now what we have done over here, the one end point that is connected with the copper wire, insulated copper wire, and then afterwards that is in series connected with the battery and plug key. So remaining part of the battery and plug key, other hand of it, that is moving around a stand. We have just taken a stand. So over the stand's one hand, we have just wrapped the remaining part of the copper wire, and with the another end of the copper wire that we have just attached with the B point of the aluminium rod. Now what is happening actually, everyone, we have also just taken a U-shaped magnet and that is placed over here. Make sure that U-shaped magnet, here we have not shown a stand. It's not simply just lying over here. We have not showing, because of the simplicity of the diagram, we have not shown any kind of stand where we are just putting this magnet. Okay, so what is happening actually, that we will discuss, everyone. Whenever you are just putting the plug key on, so circuit is kind of this way. So electric current will flow through this wire. It will also pass through this rod, and then afterwards it will complete the circuit. So whenever you just make this thing to work, here the magnet, U-shaped magnet is there. We just keep the magnet in such a way that the rod, aluminium rod, that will fall and that will come in the vicinity of the magnetic field which is generated by the magnet over here. The U-shaped magnet, that is original magnet, so that will generate magnetic field around it. And in the region of that magnetic field, we are just placing this rod over here in between the area of it. So what is actual phenomena, everyone? When you just make this thing to happen perfectly clearly, so afterwards we have just identified, and one very well-known scientist, Andrew Marie Curie, she has been done this and she has been performed this activity very first. So she come to notice that there is something which makes the rod to move, to displaces. After making the whole setup properly, after making the everything to be done nicely, the scientists, they have observed that here the rod is going to displace from its original places. So everybody was wondering that what is the reason behind it? Why the rod? Is there any kind of forces acting over the rod? So because of that reason the rod has been displaced. So they have analyzed it properly. They have come to the conclusion that yes, there has been a kind of magnetic force generated. A kind of force must be executed over there which makes the rod to be tilted, to be displaced, to be shifted in one particular direction. So let's see now in detail that how is the thing actually going on, everyone. So when you make this whole chapter depends on the one phenomena, that any kind of metallic wire that conducts the current, so it produces magnetic field. So here everyone, this rod, whenever we make this thing to happen, when the electricity will start flowing through the wire, so here the aluminium that is also able to generate and conduct the electricity. So either part of it that will continuously in a flow. But what happens here actually, this part of the rod that is in between the magnetic field which is generated by the magnet. So there must be a kind of force which is a magnet is going to apply onto the rod. So that is what the conclusion, everyone. The force which is applied by this magnetic field, because we have placed the rod in between the U-shaped magnet. So this magnetic field is applying the force over the over the rod. So rod is able to tilt the position. So rod is able to displaces. So this is a force which we have to discuss in a detail about it. Now listen. Two types of forces are there, everyone. Here, because of electricity, we are able to generate the magnetic field. So magnetic field here, it is applying the force onto the rod. But another case is the rod is also applying some kind of force, because of that only it is able to suspend over there. So two forces are there actually, but mainly there must be a kind of force which is majorly able to affect the position of the rod, and as a result of which the rod has been displaces. Now, two types are there. The first is current we are applying, and here we are just making the magnetic field generation. So thing is, suppose we just make a kind of a diagram. If I show this line which is perpendicular one and another line is here, if I make that the straight line is there, that is a current, that is the direction of the current. If I say the horizontal line, that is a magnetic field, it is the direction of magnetic field. Okay, so over here, this is the direction of the motion of the force. So in this way, now our question is, suppose I just make the electric current and magnetic field to react and to work perpendicular to each other. So the force will be generated perpendicular to both the forces. The forces are acted over each other, that is at 90 angle. So with respect to 90 angle perpendicular to this both the forces, this unknown force is acting over the rod, and this is the direction of the rod in which it will be displaces. So here I can show you, everyone, that suppose the current and direction of the magnetic field, they both are at right angle to each other. Then the force acting onto the rod, so the direction of that force will be perpendicular to these two forces. So here I have shown with this line, but actually we can imagine that the direction of the force which acts onto the rod, that is emerging out of the board like this. So it will acting towards your side. So this is what the actual direction of the force which is acted upon the rod, and that's the reason the rod has been displaces. That is the reason that rod has been shifted. Okay, so you should whenever you just perform this kind of activity, make sure that both the forces we are applying, that has to be at right angle exactly. Otherwise the force may decreases with its magnitude. So the force will show maximum displacement, or we can say that the rod will be displaced maximum displacement if we are exactly making the direction of current and magnetic field to fall perpendicular to each other. So right now we can say that this is an unknown force which is acting only because of the current and magnetic field which is executed over here. So there is nothing about that to think, and the force which is unknown force that is executed over the rod, that is we can show by right hand thumb rule. So this is nothing but we can call it as a right hand thumb rule, but that is we have taken from Fleming's right hand thumb rule, we can called it as. So according to Fleming's right hand thumb rule, we can say that the direction of the current and the direction of the magnetic field, if both are perpendicular to each other, so that is executing a kind of force. So the direction of the force will be perpendicular to both the forces. So make sure that both the forces has to apply in a such a way that they both are making a perfect 90 angle between each other. Then only we can conclude and we can identify, we can show the direction of force which is applying onto the rod. So in that direction the rod will be shifted. Thank you everyone for watching my video. If you like it, then please send more likes, subscribe it and share it. Thank you.